February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. Wright and Co. Law Offices. Uh, Mr. Wright, so what's going on with this case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Let's see. What is going on? The detective, Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes away apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out, or try to at least. Alright, let's do this. Oh my god, I just thought of something. The only connection between... Wait, no, but they found the victim, meaning that they have a body. But in order for them to have two bodies of the same person, that's impossible. So they don't have the body, do they? But how do they know that there's the victim? Did they see it? But then they would have reported that it... This is such a confusing case. Alright, let's do this. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's gonna be able to help much with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? It was in the evidence room. I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Oh, true. Wait, if he couldn't disclose it, then maybe you're right. So he couldn't disclose it because there was no body. There was just the blood, which explains why there was no blood on the floor of the thing. It explains why the girl had the shoe, and it explains why there was blood on the bottom of it. So basically, my guess here is that they murdered... Okay, I'm gonna say that they murdered the detective in the evidence room while they were getting the evidence. And then drove the body in the back of Edgeworth's car, but Edgeworth didn't know that the body was in his trunk. So he drove all the way to the scene of the crime with the body in his trunk, unknowingly. And then they followed him to the scene of the crime. But he wasn't fully dead yet. So he opened up the trunk of the car, shoved the evidence into the tailpipe, and then was finished off. Or maybe just bled to death, I don't know. That's my theory. Oh, it's still 30 minutes apart. Yeah, because they would have said 30 minutes earlier. Huh. Let's go, science awaits us. I don't know, I've got a theory going, but it's not a very good one. But yeah, look, he's like sprawled over the side. So I feel like he did have a little bit of life in him and shoved it in. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there, who cares? Yeah, but it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it.
That oil drum, was it empty?
The oil drum, kicked over by the chief prosecutor, was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence of the crime scene? Never.
Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister.
That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her.
Big words for a high school student.
Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright.
Huh? What's that grin for?
This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid.
Luminol.
Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have already done those tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try.
Oh, me? Why do I have to do it?
I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet.
We're testing blood stains with this stuff, not drinking it.
Here, look, I'll lend these glasses to you.
Huh? You had an extra?
The test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press the A button to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains.
What? Oh, I found it. First try. That was kind of cool. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So this is the blood stain?
Uh, it's so... Uh,
Emma, you're shaking.
it's just, this is my first time seeing real blood.
Scientific investigation in action.
Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain, but doesn't something strike you as odd?
What's odd about this scientifically? The amount because of the murder? The perpetrator and the Detective Goodman fought here. Don't you think there'd be a little more blood?
I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe.
Yeah, so it's planted evidence. It's not real. So this shoe was actually from the other crime scene. I was right. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, they'd have to have been more blood than this.
Mr. Wright, I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a blood stain, okay? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right?
Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too.
I saved up my allowance to buy that.
Very cool.
We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case.
Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day.
Yeah. It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it?
Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious.
Huh. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star! You only trust your own eyes. Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead.
Sorry, it's just that kind of lead. Doesn't really get my mouth watering. So how do I do the spray stuff?
so that's not how I use it. Okay, I guess I just have it now. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but no, no, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied in the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. Ah, I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal when they face me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I drag the dirt out of the mouths of the suspects after suspect. And before long they called me the cough-up queen. And here I thought someone had just gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go or fired? I felt that I had found. Oh, sorry. I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case, the SL9 incident. Yeah. Wait. So the SL9 incident is what caused her to not be a detective? Um, what do you think this is about? The SL9 incident. It's written on that 9. And on that note, Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal that very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the incident? Why isn't she talking to us? It said, do you think you could tell us more, and then it didn't tell us more. I'm very confused.
Well, I guess we're gonna travel around and see what happens.
Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday.
And I'm sure, uh, and I'm sure it'll be just as classy tomorrow. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here.
I'm sure he's off doing important investigations.
I hope that's what he's doing.
Huh?
I guess we'll have to come back later. There's nothing new, so back here. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday.
The detectives are running around so fast that they're blurring.
I suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed here after all.
So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime? According to the pamphlet that we got at the front desk, here it is.
She's like a kid at the amusement park.
Oh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look.
Sure. Let's go to the criminal affairs department. Whoa, everyone looks deadly serious here.
Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department.
Yeah, the same detective was also killed at the prosecutor's lot.
It's making my head hurt.
Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department's crime scene.
Yeah, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up or we could wind up dead.
I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. Okay. To the guard station. Evidence room entrance. So we've been through here before, because we've been in the evidence room. What's with the decor of this place? It's very eccentric.
According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So
So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime.
it sure seems that way. Oh, oh,
Uh, what's wrong?
it's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight.
If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is the guard station, where's the guard?
I have a feeling I know who he is already.
Why is there alcohol? Is the guy drinking on the job? What the heck?
There's a security guard uniform hanging over here.
That looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly.
A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again?
A, a poncho? But I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being.
Yipes, these are sure are prickly. They must be the real deal.
I think just one big one would be sufficient.
These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually.
How so?
Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her.
I'm not I'm not so sure I see the resemblance.
It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity.
Hold on. That hat. Uh, yeah, the hat looks more like something that he would wear. Could that be his hat? I wonder. Sure, let's check this out. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here.
There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of here. Cool. And then we got... Look on the floor, a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap here. Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed. You sure have an active imagination. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. So that's it? I can't go anywhere? This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch. I'd say it'd be more of a for myself, but okay. So I can't do anything there. I can't do anything here. Oh wait, I could go to the detention center from here. Looks like Miss Sky is in for questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in two places at the same time? Can you imagine? How is she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Let's come back later. Geez, everything is pointing us here. Dang it. I'm still really confused why it's not doing the thingy. Because I totally presented the right evidence, at least I thought I did, you know? Examine and press A. To find more blood. So this is the famous oil drum. Well, no time like the present. I'll try kicking it over myself. Hey, yeah! That's okay, don't cry. She must be one strong woman. I don't know. Very confusing. Oh! There, we got it. Oh! Hey, look at that. So what we're supposed to go do is go to the court record and then check this out. Yeah. Okay, but how do I examine after? Oh, she said that she'd display it on the map or something? Yeah, what the heck? Here, a phone, let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. So they're not gonna talk about how it has bloodstains on it? I'm so confused. Oh, I had to spray it multiple times. Okay. This blood must be from when Lana... No, my sister isn't the murderer. But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime? And her right hand is bandaged. Hey, whose side are you on? This has nothing to do with taking sides. So, this means that Lana's hand had blood on it. Oh, yeah, good point. This just keeps getting worse. Yeah. 1, and then it looked like 8. No, 9, 0, and enter. And then pound. 911. Enter. So they were trying to report the crime, and then they saw that they got caught. And then she panicked. No, but she didn't run. That's right, she stood there. And waited. That's actually a really important detail. Calling 911 when someone is murdered and you're the murderer is just not something that people do. Well, I mean, sometimes they do, but, you know, it's very rare. Alright, let's, slide back and try more of this spray. I like that I can just spray it over and over. Kind of fun. Alright, let's try moving to a new location then. They said that the murder was here. So reasonable to say. Nope, there's nothing here. Yeah, how strange. Yeah, I got no idea. I feel kind of stuck. Like I'm supposed to investigate something or present something. I just don't know what. Yes. Um. I wonder. Because I had to do the spray thing multiple times, what if I did this wrong and I have to present this and the other thing simultaneously? Like one after the other. That would be really stupid. Oh, not what I wanted. Why isn't it doing it? The floor plan? No. What about the picture she took, maybe? I could have taken that picture from the guard room, but even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime? I rushed towards the chain-link fence in an attempt to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Those 5 minutes are a whole problem. Oh. The hole in my testimony, as it were. 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lied. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time. Yes, finally! Oh, that was frustrating. Okay, we got it, we got it. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable to who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. There's all three of them. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence, of a sort. Made up evidence. But... what? You mean they executed someone over fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with that case was dealt with. Some were demoted, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those. Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. So he was demoted? As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over. He was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9. There is another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait, those lunches that you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I came here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help my investigation. How many does she have, anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Officer Marshall. Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then.
This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective.
But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We are putting the past to rest, as it were, nothing more than that. I see. Thank you.
Officer Jake Marshall, huh? Okay. Well, I guess we can finally check him out. This place is charged with frantic energy as always. Wasn't that... Oh, one steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now is no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland.
Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale.
Oh. I think I just heard his heart break. Now is no time for despair. We've caught our criminal, we just need evidence.
The criminal? You mean...
You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal?
No, we just did this.
It's the biggest scandals that hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But, Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is, I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly.
Wait, don't leave.
If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later.
Oh, thanks. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. We were headed there anyway. Oh no! I thought he'd be there. Still, I do feel better about things, a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed the Detective Goodman, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will get confusing.
What was that?
Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say.
What?
Hi. Greetings, sir.
Wait, I know who you are.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
Officer Meekins, so you're a guard here at the detention center?
No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman. A little lost lamb, sir.
Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report.
No, sir, how should I say this? Wait, he isn't, is he? You, Officer Meekins, you did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir.
What?
Now this is an unexpected turn of events. There's no way that this guy did it. He's too good. This guy's as clean as it gets. What? Oh. Sir, I'm a patrolman with the General Affairs, sir. Sir! Ow, I can hear you just fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in the front of the room was empty, sir.
So normally there's a guard at the evidence room?
That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall.
Marshall?
Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Yow! What the heck is this guy doing?
So, what happened then?
After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here at the detention center.
How long were you out? Days? Might I ask what happened to your hand?
Sir, there was no one, to bandage me, sir. So I did what I had to wrap it up, sir.
A bandage on his hand, just like Miss Sky. Yet another similarity between this case and the prosecutor's office. Yeah. Wait. She was called in, so the murder had already happened. We went the day after to go and visit. Wait. We went the day after the murder. Wait, how could he have delivered the... Yeah, because he delivered it like the day after. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right?
Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you had to label me as the perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim.
I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well at that.
Yes, well, that's true, sir, but I suppose you could say that.
Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman?
Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger, or a total stranger, sir, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side.
So you didn't know him?
Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives.
So if he was a total stranger, then why did you stab him? Yeah. Oh, hydrate. Yes, I will do that right now.
Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir.
Yeah. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime?
Well, you see, sir,
Don't you think you should just confess?
But sir, but there was nothing I could do.
Nothing you could do?
Sir, to tell you the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious.
The next thing you knew, you were... Huh?
Then, when I opened my eyes...
Tampered evidence by Marshall and Starr. That's what I'm thinking.
I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared.
What?
Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt?
The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. Oh, maybe that's why he was able to walk away. So this was discovered later? I'm very confused what actually happened. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir, really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Okay. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey, that's it, sir, that's it, that's it! Oh, that's what? My head was a blank until this very moment, but sir, now I remember. I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct. That card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. Officer Meekins, have a look at this. Go ahead, sir. Laugh. Laugh at me, sir. Huh? I know what you want to say. You're going to tell me how she has one just like it. Me? Why would I? I know, sir, I know. I'm the only one without a girl with matching badges. Nowhere. I'm alone. All alone. Is that so wrong? Life isn't all about high school sweethearts and youthful romance, sir. Is he talking about those badges on her coat? I'd like to think there's a difference between my badge and a fashion accessory. Oh, poor guy. He's all alone. Yeah, I just want to give him a hug now. Aw. Officer Meekins needs a girlfriend. We gotta set him up. Can you, tell me what it is that you remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman, a lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the office, or in the evidence room. And that's why you, thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly, he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was flustered as you are now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others as they would do unto you. My own father's words, sir. Well, what happened then? Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that you were arrested? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman. The victim, who he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. Oh, in other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir, that's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here. They told me that it had to be him, sir, on that day at that time.
Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on tape. And you waited until now to tell us? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. Yeah. No thanks, I have my own. Well, guess we better go check out the crime scene. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives' desk. It's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all, huh? You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats, under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you can call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scout the place again, sir. The chief of detectives looks a little flustered. Righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Huh. Honestly, I want to see what he says about this thing. Sorry, Righto. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find the guy who can't seem to sit still out there, the busy one. Does he mean Detective Gumshoe? Either him or the Dancing Blue Badger. That's what I was just presenting. Oh my gosh. Okay. Edgeworth. Is Edgeworth gonna be okay? Oh, Worthy? Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know. They're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep. Well, they've had no end of trouble with the boys since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you get someone else found guilty in that case. Or you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, righto? Uh... That's a really good point. That's like a really good point. On Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court you fixed it, so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did the forged... he... Oh my gosh, that sentence is so weird. He did the forging of evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean. There being the prosecutors, I assume? Scientifically speaking, it's impossible.
Oh, he did forge evidence. Okay. Sorry, my brain is very tired. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, Raito, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. Thank you. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding things. Secrets, can't stand them. Yeah, imagine sleeping. It's not like I only slept like 5 hours today. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives trap shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Whoops! I wonder if it was that he wanted the chief of, I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we can ask him, discreetly. Goodness, my brain is totally malfunctioning. So this is the police mascot, is it? The Blue Badger, the future star of the police force. The design's a little changed from the one outside. Ah, well, the dancing Blue Badger is still under development, you see. You have it trademarked? Absolutely. It's cutting-edge stuff, for now. I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears. Don't show her the moving mock-up outside then. You'll give her nightmares. Oh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check if there was anything that might be a clue. They took every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So, nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on it is February 21st. Better make note of that. I should really get back to investigating the police department's crime scene. Well, before I do that... 59, and then it's scribbled out. Okay, so he was writing down... Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on here. 5-9. His... Oh, it's all blurry. I forgot about that. His code is 5-8, not 5-9. But wouldn't a detective know his ID by heart? So the fact that he didn't, I'm almost certain that someone was impersonating Bruce Goodman. Oh, but that couldn't be the case because he really did have the thing. Oh, I'm so confused. Alright, whew. Oh, there's one more thing. Permission to enter.
Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Raito asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. His eyes are like genuinely enchanting. Now, Raito. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Raito, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead. Investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out.
It just goes to show you never know until you ask.
And for you here, you can borrow this.
Huh? This is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. I love that it's blurred out, but it still says Sergeant Bruce Goodman.
Yes, sir. It's an honor.
You just run along now and do your best. Later, folks.
On the SL9 note, I think he lost his ID since he didn't write it. I'm thinking the same. The murderer would be the impersonator then. It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just like a real ID.
You seem happy.
Yes, sir. Because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir.
I think this is a bad influence on the girl. Why was she starting to talk like Meekins?